Hey guys, it's me. I know. I've been gone for a minute. Work has been stressful. Shit with the virus has been going crazy. Just stress and depression in general have been nuts. But you know what? RWBY Volume 8 is here. I've seen the first two episodes, and well, not a lot has happened, but a good majority has happened, and I will be making videos on everything that's happened so far. I'll probably make a combined video about episodes 1 and 2 together a little bit later. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to schedule everything out for the volume and everything, but that's besides the point. We're not talking about any of that right now. What we're going to be talking about right now is my second favorite character in this show, next to Adam, considering the fact that Adam is dead now. We're going to be talking about Qrow, and we're going to be talking about, well, if you've seen the thumbnail, then you know what we're going to be talking about. So, in episode 2, spoiler alert, we start off in the prison. Robin is grilling Jacques, and Watts is talking shit, and Robin's ends off by saying she hates being helpless and not being able to do anything, and then Qrow speaks up and says we can do something, and he says we can kill the man who put us in here. And so far there has been so much backlash over that statement, and it is so fucking dumb. So first of all, to all you Ironwood stands out there, shut the fuck up. Ironwood is not in the right. He's not. Literally, the moment he decided to A, enforce martial law, B, shoot Oscar, and then C, shoot a councilman, he's wrong. He's in the wrong. Like, he's not thinking straight. No. As a matter of fact, he's thinking too straight. He's thinking literally too narrow and not trying to see other perspectives or see anybody else's point of view at this point. Because like even from the beginning, he literally was just tunnel vision and thinking if we just do this, then we've got everything. And then in the end, it blew up in his face anyway. So really, I'm gonna have an entire video going over just how badly Ironwood really fucked up, and just how easy he made it for Watts and Tyrion, for everyone to do what they did. Because really, when you break it down, Ironwood really fucked up, and there were really a lot of things that Watts and everyone could have exploited to screw him and everyone over. So I'm gonna go over that in another video. But mainly what we're gonna be talking about right now is why Qrow is so upset, why he's justified in feeling that the way that he does, and if he's going to kill Ironwood, and if this is if this is bad writing, or if this was set, or if this was set up or not, and which I honestly think to a degree it was. Because honestly, for the people who say that Qrow and Ironwood were like best buds and buddy since the beginning, no, they were acquaintances. They were cool with each other. But let's not forget, like, the very first time that Qrow showed up, he was literally shit-talking Ironwood. He made it seem like he really didn't like the guy all too much. When he first came face-to-face with the guy in Volume 3, Ironwood was like, if you were one of my men, I would have you shot. And then Qrow literally responds immediately after that saying, oh, if I was one of your men, I would shoot myself. So it's like, these guys obviously don't like each other that much. They'll work together on the chance that they need to work together, but it's very obvious that they have conflicting ideals on how they like to go about things. And that's really just because it's like, Qrow trusts Ozpin, or trusted Ozpin, more than he would trust James. And, like, if I had to acquaint it this way, Winter is to James what Qrow is to Ozpin, if that makes any sense. So, Winter devotedly trusts Ironwood and trusts everything that he says, everything that he does, and very not often does she second guess anything that he says or does. You can't really point to an instance in the series where she's ever really second guessed him. In fact, a good majority of the time she has enabled him. Like martial law was really her idea. She's the one who spoke up and voiced martial to enforce martial law. So Winter and Ironwood are virtually on the same wavelength there. I'm going to be coming out with a video a little bit later today, probably immediately after this video, about Winter's role and everything and how she's going to fight with Weiss. But Ironwood really has... I'm not saying that he's done things to purposely, screw people over, or to be a bad guy, or he's, or all military is bad, or anything like that. No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the way that Ironwood has gone about things and the way that he has been tunnel visioned about things has done more harm than good. And that's the reason why Team RWBY saw fit to lie to him when they got there. When they got there, all they saw were the skylines aired, which the skylines, completely blocked out with ships, drones patrolling the streets, people hunched over in fear, walking as if they couldn't go anywhere without being watched by the military, all this kind of crazy stuff. And then one of the first things that happens to them is that they get arrested when they first get there. You know what I mean? So it's like, when they first get there, they're not really going to be the most trusting of Ironwood. Now, granted, you could say, well, he let them hold on to the relic, he upgraded all their stuff, but it's like, okay, yeah, but, people can give you, can give you senses of comfort and then still backstab you later or still do things against your best interest later. You know what I mean? Lionheart, was kind and friendly up until he wasn't. You know what I mean? So it's like, they have to be careful with who they trust and how they trust them. You know what I mean? Because it's like, when it comes to Ozpin lying about the things that he's had to lie about, you understand that he's had to do that because he's dealt with people, he's probably dealt with people like James over the course of many, 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 many lifetimes. This guy has been alive for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years. We have no idea how many lifetimes he's lived, but it's up there, you know what I mean? So it's like, when it comes to who I'm going to trust more, whose advice I'm going to take more, who I'm going to put my faith in more, I'm going to put my faith in Ozpin, in Oz more, excuse me, because James has really shown that when it comes to his way of thinking and his way of doing things, he's very might makes right, and whoever has the most power, whoever holds the most cards is the one who wins. But he doesn't realize, or didn't realize at the time, that Salem was the one who really held all the cards, and she had him by the balls the entire time. He just didn't realize that she was just waiting to grip just hard enough to make him submit. You know what I mean? And that's what she's doing now. She's in Atlas right now, and she's starting to grip, and he's scared, and that's the reason why he shot Councilman Slate. Literally, one of the last things that Slate said was, "Are you that scared?" And then boom, James shoots him. So it's like, if Qrow finds that out, well, really at this point it doesn't matter. Qrow wants Ironwood dead anyway. So I guess to loop this all back around, who would win in a fight? Obviously, if I'm being biased, Qrow is gonna win. But even if I'm taking bias completely out of it, let's not forget, at the end of Volume 3, when James thought that Qrow was about to attack him, he was shook. He was scared. He didn't want the sauce. He didn't want the smoke. He didn't want to fight. So that tells me that in a straight up one-on-one fight between the two of them, Qrow would win. I'm just keeping it real. And considering the fact that Qrow is often out more actually fighting than James, I'm just gonna keep it a buck and say that Qrow is the stronger huntsman. James can be made of half metal, but he basically got ragdolled and handled around by Watts, who has no semblance and who used a weapon that was significantly less powerful than his. So, I'm not really seeing where James could win in a fight unless he got like a serious power boost or something like that. Because even his semblance is useless in a fight. You know what I mean? So, what else is there? I guess really we could talk about the reason why Qrow is so angry. And it's like, really, you gotta understand where he's coming from. Qrow is the type of man. Qrow is a loner. And he may not have known Clover for that long. But the fact that the two of them had similar semblances, and they were starting to get along, they were starting to work with each other, he was starting to, feel what it was like to work with a team again. And then the fact that James issued the arrest order and that Clover was so devoutly on Ironwood's leash that he refused to disobey orders and just fight with Qrow against Tyrion, and then they could hash the bullshit out later. Like, it's both Ironwood, it's multiple people's fault across the board, but if you want someone to blame the most, it is really Ironwood and Tyrion's fault the most. So those are the two people that Qrow is going to go after the most. Because really, if Qrow was feeling that upset and he wanted to blame everybody across the board, he probably would have beat the shit out of Robin. You know what I mean? So really, he's gonna go after Ironwood, and he's gonna go after Tyrion. Those are the people that Qrow is going to be going after the most this volume. Now, is Qrow going to kill Ironwood? That's tough to say. I'm going to have to say no at the moment, only because You know, I'm not sure if they're gonna take Qrow down that route. Like, honestly, I wouldn't really. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't care, because honestly that would be cool to see. I've kind of been expecting that fight to happen for a while now, so you know, if that did go down, I'd be cool with it. But I think that the way that they're going with James is that they're gonna take him to the very brink, to the very edge of what it means to be a villain, and then they're gonna have him redeem himself some way in the very end, and he's gonna heroically sacrifice himself, and that's how he's gonna go out. He's probably gonna go out getting killed by Salem, if I had to imagine anything. But a couple of people are probably going to have their turn fighting James. Like, Qrow is definitely one. Like, Qrow absolutely wants to fight James. So I would definitely say that that's going to happen. I don't... Like, James himself doesn't want to fight Salem, but I can see Salem, you know, coming in and trying to fight him. I could maybe see Cinder fighting James, but, you know, I doubt that. Penny, I could definitely see fighting against James, because I think Watts is going to hack her and then turn her against James. So that's something that could happen. So there's a lot of possibilities for people fighting James, but the one person I really do want to see fight James the most is Qrow, because that's the one that I honestly have felt like has been set up the most. So that's really all I've got for this video. This video is about almost 12 minutes long, so I'm going to end it here. You know, like I said, sorry about the lack of video uploads lately. I'm going to try to upload more videos over the course of the volume. You know, and then just, even after the volume's over, I'll try to upload more videos and stuff like that. You know, just let me know what you guys want to see. Like the video, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you know whenever I upload anything. You know, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Twitter. And, you know, just, you know, hit me up to talk whatever, and I'm free whenever. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.